Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today on my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I am bringing you the fifth and final process video for the February Build-A-Page series. Sadly, I wasn't able to get on here yesterday and get this one up, but I was making memories. I met with some friends for lunch, and then I went and visited my mom and dad at their home. Yesterday was my brother's heavenly birthday, so I stopped by to say hi to them and chat with them for a little bit since I was in the area. And then in the evening, I met up with the rest of my family where we went to a chili dinner to celebrate actually, it was a fundraiser for my brother in law's fire department. So, great time. Anyways, so I'm getting on here today and making this video. One of the things I was able to do when I visited my mom and dad was to get a little bit more information about the photo that was taken here. They did confirm that this would have been my younger sister's christening. And so in the photo, there is two of my uncles, two of my aunts, my mom, my grandmothers from both sides of the family, and my siblings, and a whole lot of cousins. And this is one of the rare photos that I have that would have had a lot of us kids. It wasn't everybody, but it was a large number of us cousins in one photo. So I really wanted to get this scrapbooked and memory. I was also able to find out, my mom didn't remember the photo, but they did confirm that the photo was taken in their tiny, tiny first home they had when they first got married. It was the first home I lived in growing up. So yeah, so a little bit more information to go with the background of the story. So as you can see, I did take the distressed gray paper that was a Carta Bella, I believe, and I am using that as the background. Not sure what collection this came from. Again, it came out of that multi-pack paper that I bought at either the Scrapbook Expo or somewhere like that, and it had a variety of different things in it. And then I'm taking that yellowy green that looks more like a brocade, and I cut that down to 10 by 10. Now the photo I matted on the pink Echo Park paper, and I decided to use that part that had already been ripped. So for the yellowish green brocade, I did the tearing on the bottom of that as well. Now the one gray strip, I really didn't want a whole lot of that gray. And actually in the end, you're going to see that a lot of it gets covered up. You see a little bit of the framing around the edges, but between the doily and all the layering, a lot of it gets covered up. But I cut the happiness part out of the middle, and actually off camera when this is all done, I will actually fussy cut that happiness part out, and then I'll have that for later on another page. I just didn't need it in that big long strip. To cover up the cuts, I'm going and taking this stripe paper that I used and tearing the edges of that and just doing that a band across, and that will cover up the cut. This piece that is from 49th and Market, I really like how it looks, so I just gutted it so I can use another piece of it later on another page. The piece that has like the floral pattern in it is one of the paperies, I believe, from Maggie Holmes. And that just, again, it just added another layer in here along with the doily. There was tickets that I used from 49th and Market. And then I did have some 6x6 papers. They were from a Lost and Found page. I believe it was My Mind's Eye Lost and Found. Doesn't give a collection, just says Lost and Found. So, or it's Portobello Road was the paper pad. So I really like the birds that were in there. So I do try, and then there was a bicycle. I do try and strategically place those so you can see that a little bit, and it just adds another layer of something in there in depth. So where some people will take stamp pads and stamp, this is already pre-done, so it's just kind of building in. Off camera, I did take the scrap piece of paper that I included and I fussy cut out all these florals, and I did leave a little bit of that blue-green background in it, and it just kind of highlights the blue-green, that grayish blue color that's with the one bird in the bottom right-hand corner. And so it just kind of pulls and draws all those kind of colors together. The green tones from the brocade, the gray tones and the blue tones that are all in there, but it's subtle. And then the pinks come out with the butterflies, the florals, and the matting. So here I'm taking a moment because I'm going through my alphas and trying to find something to spell it out. So I'm going to take this alpha and I'm going to just spell out the word christening. And I did have all the letters for that. When I spell out my sister Bonnie's name, I will have to do a little bit of MacGyvering on there because I was missing an O and an S. And so what I ended up doing was for the O, I almost used a 0, but it looked too big, and I should have just kept it in there because the S in the end, I have to MacGyver with an 8. So the O, I just cut off the end of, like, I think a G or some other alpha, and then the S I cut out of a number 8. Oh, and then the E I also had to MacGyver. I didn't have an E, so I use a C and then use just a dash that was in there and cut that. So, for my book, it's fine. You can't really tell unless you really look close. And I don't think anyone who's going through my album is really going to be looking at the letters in her name. They're going to be more focused on the family photos and seeing everyone who's in there. My sister is 5 years younger than me, so this has got to be like 1969, I'm saying, because I was born in 64. So it was either 69 or 70 when she was born. I'll have to check. So she's very, very small there. So I'm going to assume that, and she was born at the first half of the year. So I'm going to say this is probably, she's only like 2 or 3 years old. So I just got to look up the year of her birth. Like I said, I know she's 5 years younger than me. I just don't know if it was, I think it's 70. So anyway, but it's really cool because in the photo, again, both of my grandmas are in the photo, which was unusual. In the mirror in the background, you can see my uncle. He was probably one that was taking the photo. But he was one of her, it was her godfather, and then his wife is in front of her, who is Bonnie's godmother. And then I have my other aunt and uncle over on the other side, and then like I said, a bunch of my cousins and siblings. So really happy I've got this photo. And I think one of my cousins posted it on Facebook, and I, of course, snatched it up, and my mom hadn't even seen it. So great find, great memory to get in the book. Now that I have Bonnie's name on there, I also took a couple of the little asterisks and I put them up with each of the clusters. And then yesterday when I went out and about, I did stop at Hobby Lobby. I'm on a spending freeze, but I will buy with purpose. And so because I knew this was the christening photo, Hobby Lobby had all of their papery stickers for sale for 40% off. This was a $2.49 pack with 40% off, so a good deal. But I was able to, they're clear stickers, which I don't care for, but I put them on white cardstock and fussy cut them out. And so now I'll have the Bible above the word christening, and then I'm just going to fussy cut out the 2 crosses. One will go in front of the word christening, and the other one will go up in the upper cluster. And that's going to be it for my layout. I think it turned out really good. I will do my journaling below on the gray part below the torn paper. Make sure you check out everyone else who played along. Some are going to be doing layout shares for the end. I'm actually going to do my layout share at the end of the month that will include my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And then I'll also talk about my spending freeze and just kind of do a month-end wrap-up. So this is going to be it for me for the month. Again, make sure you check out Sheila on Instagram, Moira and Christy, Shannon, and Jen over on YouTube. I will be adding the links in my description. I just haven't had a chance to get on my computer yet, but they will be there soon. But anyways, here's some close-ups for you. Thanks for following along this month, and thanks again for watching my channel. You all have a great day, and we will see you again later. Bye-bye.